Now only got to deal with the mama, only got to see her once a year, and it's over. And the money goes up and up and up. So they killed this $20 million guy, but they reaped $60 million in benefits.
Okay, I'm sorry, but this is really fucking creepy. Like, Beyonce has been trying to write me out of my own narrative for like years at this point. Like, this is so fucking weird.
It's really not helping Chloe's project or Chloe's album.
I think Beyonce should post because that's her artist, but Beyonce isn't obligated to post. And if Beyonce is
After toppling big personalities like Steve Harvey and Kevin Hart, Katt is now aiming his cannon of truth at the much-loved Beyoncé. The comedian suggests that the star's rapid rise to fame may not be as glamorous as fans perceive. Katt is certainly entering risky waters by challenging one of the world's biggest music icons. The likelihood of him facing backlash from the Beehive is significant, but the comedian has never shied away from speaking his mind about the industry, and this time is no different. In a recent interview, Katt shed light on the behind-the-scenes machinations of the music industry, exposing how everything is orchestrated to elevate specific individuals into positions of influence. While Katt didn't name anyone directly on this occasion, some fans speculate that he could be alluding to Queen Bey herself, suggesting that her success comes at the expense of others. Get ready for some scorching tea as Katt Williams reveals new revelations that paint Beyoncé in a less flattering light.
Off of pretend that seems like a setup is.
Everything that happens in a business, that's based off of pretend, that seems like a setup, is.
When it comes to a glamorous music career, few can rival Beyoncé. With numerous accolades, a billion-dollar empire, and a devoted fan base, she seems to have it all. Since the debut of her first album, Dangerously in Love, Beyoncé has aged like a fine wine. However, according to certain sources, her success might not be entirely squeaky clean. The spotlight is now turning to reveal another side of Beyoncé, with figures like Katt Williams leading the charge. Known for his blunt honesty, Williams has made a name for himself by exposing the less savory aspects of the industry that others shy away from. While he previously focused on figures in comedy and acting, he's now setting his sights on music legends like Beyoncé. In a recent interview with Carrie Champion, Williams peeled back the curtain on the industry's inner workings. He revealed that what may appear to fans as random chance incidents that shape the careers of artists are actually carefully orchestrated schemes.
To have a conversation that's not being had. And I'm really sorry that these conversations are being had by a comedian. I wish too that it was a religious leader of some kind having this conversation, or somebody's politician talking about this.
Janet Jackson's infamous wardrobe malfunction at the Super Bowl years ago, according to Katt, illustrates a pattern where someone always benefits from such incidents. In Jackson's case, her career took a hit following the scandal, while Justin Timberlake continued to soar to new heights of success.
To commercial, you didn't see what happened. By the time they come out, people have been removed. It goes on. It's certain ways things are handled when it's not intentional. When things go smoothly, but they seem chaotic, that means there was forethought and a plan. Somebody, even if it looks like, yeah, Janet Jackson just had a wardrobe malfunction. Yeah, there's no such thing.
Correct.
I don't care who you blame.
I believe that.
Somebody benefited. Yeah. So in all of these situations, there's a business involved and there's real money.
Keeping this in mind, Katt encourages fans to reconsider everything they think they know about their favorite stars, as the reality might not be as glamorous as it seems, and this includes Beyoncé.
What business they're in. Why would you think it would be weird if they flipped out and said a story that turned out to not be true?
Over the years, the singer has forged her own unique path in the industry like no other. However, that doesn't mean Beyoncé's record is spotless. She has faced her fair share of controversies. One lingering question mark pertains to her and singer Amy. Each year, the internet scrutinizes Amy's song, juxtaposing it with Ba's 2003 hit Crazy in Love, sparking debates over who originated the sound. And for good reason, too.
She was the original Beyonce. Beyonce stole her steez.
Oh, you think so?
Look at Crazy in Love video and look at A. Marie, Why We Fall in Love.
Over the years, one question mark that still lingers is regarding her and singer Amy. Every year, the internet revisits Amy's song, comparing it to Beyoncé's 2003 hit Crazy in Love, sparking debates about who did it first. For good reason, too. "I've always believed she was the original Beyoncé and that Beyoncé stole from her. It's evident to many fans that Beyoncé may be responsible for Amy's brief music career. Amy, a Korean-American singer, gained rapid recognition for her distinctive voice in the 2000s. With producer Rich Harrison by her side, she released 4 albums showcasing her unique go-go style, later adopted by artists like J.Lo and Beyoncé. Amy seemed destined for greatness, inspiring even the most iconic musicians. However, Beyoncé's emergence around the same time seemed to overshadow Amy. Internet detectives speculate that Beyoncé appropriated Amy's style, leading to her exit from the music scene. Despite being early in her career, Beyoncé had significant support, making it challenging for Amy to compete. The Beyhive, known for fiercely defending Beyoncé, quickly dismissed these claims. They pointed out that Beyoncé released Crazy in Love in 2003, 2 years before Amy's One Thing hit the radio. Fans argued that without the success of Beyoncé's hit, Amy's song might never have been released. Some fans believe these accusations against Beyoncé are baseless and driven by an agenda. Interestingly, Beyoncé and Amy had a common link in producer Rich Harrison. Harrison, who worked on Amy's first album, was also engaged to her. He had a stellar reputation, having collaborated with industry heavyweights like Mary J. Blige and Toni Braxton. It's worth noting that Beyoncé's father, Matthew Knowles, a record executive, introduced her to Harrison. Some fans speculate that Beyoncé's collaboration with Harrison was a strategic move to sideline Amy from the music scene. One fan suggested that Beyoncé, being a fan of Rich Harrison, sought him out. Harrison then gave her Crazy in Love, using a similar formula he used for Amy, both vocally and visually. This track became the lead single for Beyoncé's Dangerously in Love album, topping the charts for 27 weeks. However, in 2005, Amy released her sophomore album, Touch, with the lead single One Thing bearing a striking resemblance to Crazy in Love. It appeared as though Amy was trying to reclaim a sound that was originally hers, but Beyoncé's massive success made it challenging for Amy to compete. The fan argued that the Beyhive's argument about Beyoncé releasing Crazy in Love first doesn't hold up, as sometimes producers keep ideas in the vault for years, waiting for the right artist. Rich Harrison admitted to holding on to the song for years, waiting for the perfect opportunity. While he didn't specify that the song was initially for Amy, some theorists believe it was. Allegedly, Crazy in Love was conceived with Amy in mind, but Columbia Records decided they wanted someone better on the song, robbing Amy of her chance at stardom. Despite these claims, some fans still support Beyoncé, believing she did nothing wrong. Others blame Amy's label for not supporting her. The controversy has changed how some fans view Beyoncé, showing that the question of whether she is to blame for Amy's downfall remains unanswered. But the waters are definitely muddy. This controversy is just one example of Beyoncé's shady past in the music industry.
I do feel like if you're signed to somebody's record label, right, or you are in business with somebody, that's part of what you assume or what you think, right? If I'm an artist and I sign to anybody, and I seen Jay-Z do it to his biggest artists, Beanie Siegel, to Rihanna, to Kanye, to Emil, he promoted his artist.
There were whispers suggesting a certain jealousy on Beyoncé's part. Allegedly, Beyoncé didn't want Chloe to overshadow her, which is why she refrained from promoting Chloe's album online. Some theorists even speculate that Beyoncé only brought Chloe under her wing to keep her on a tight leash, seeing her as a threat. However, Chloe herself has dismissed these rumors. She shut down the notion that Beyoncé didn't support her and her album's disappointing release on The Breakfast Club, stating that Beyoncé has always supported her and she's grateful for all that Beyoncé has done for her.
Partner with somebody, especially who has a media platform, who has a big platform, you expect them to promote your stuff. Like, how would I look having partnerships with the Black Effect Podcast Network, or having people on my book imprint Black Privilege and not promoting their stuff? Because that would be hurting me as well. Like, the bigger...
If you think that's diabolical, Azealia Banks is here to set the record straight. The American rapper has had a bone to pick with Queen Bey for a while now. Banks riled up the Beyhive by taking shots at their Renaissance tour a while ago. Shortly before the tour, Beyoncé had expressed excitement about getting tickets to the iconic event. Naturally, fans followed up on her plans, but that turned out to be a mistake because Banks ripped Beyoncé a new one in a rather angry rant on IG. Banks said, "I stayed home. I decided I didn't want to see Gazelle in Blue Ivy's cabaret. I wasn't leaving the comfort of my mansion to hear her sing Mary J. Blige covers and literally watched the same show I can watch on Instagram." It didn't stop there. Banks continued, "In a big way, I kind of got over her that night. For a woman who's done so much nasty stuff behind the scenes to stifle other black female artists, yet still is too afraid to come at Adele for the little lemonade stunt and tearing a Grammy in half while she's in the front row pregnant. LML, literally." She added, "She begs people like Dixie Chicks, Shakira, and Adele for collabs, but doesn't pay the legion of black women who pen her songs."
Are you trying to encapsulate my music in time and say like, you know, like it's vintage or something, as if I'm not, as if my last 3 releases have not whipped your ass? Like, are you kidding? As if I'm not showing like major versatility and all of that. Like, you want me to not be Yamaya so fucking badly. Like, you want it to be Solange, you want it to be like Chloe Bailey, like you have a Little Mermaid movie and you don't include Azealia Banks. Like, oh my fucking God, you're a joke.
Banks concluded her comment with, "And I had a second thought about how tasteless it was for her to have the legendary Kevin Jay-Z prodigy sweating her wig out and performing from the pit. No, Giselle, you thought you went hard. You need to go harder." For those out of the loop, Banks has never been a Beyoncé fan. Over the years, she has accused the singer of trying to sabotage black voices and even stealing her songs. Earlier in 2022, Banks came for Beyoncé's neck by accusing her of trying to erase her contributions to house music. The fire was ignited when Banks shared a quote from an insider about how Beyoncé came up with ideas for her future songs. Speaking to Metro UK, the source said, "She loves the fact that so many black writers and DJs are thriving in the dance scene over there and was paying attention to songs by people like MJ Cole, David Morales, Kerry Chandler, and early Azealia Banks when brainstorming." As you can imagine, Banks was furious. She wrote, "You're brainstorming with 6 people to my early records, which are miles beyond whatever flaccid and insecure attempt you just made to try for an attention grab during Pride Month, when you don't give a damn about the gays any other time of the year." She didn't stop there. Banks had a lot more to say than the Instagram character limit allowed, so she vented her frustrations the old-fashioned way, ranting on IG stories.
In regard to promoting your album, what do you have to say about that?
I love B, and she supported my sis and I since we had our little locks on YouTube, so it's all love over here. I love her.
Do you feel like the label could have supported more and pushed more?
Because that's what nobody's talking about. Everybody want to blame Beyonce. Where was the label at?
Well, I feel like it's all politics, but this is what I'll say.
It's safe to say that a collaboration between Banks and Beyoncé won't be happening anytime soon. What's surprising is that Kelis shares Banks' woes. Earlier in 2022, the fire was ignited when Kelis' Instagram fan page announced that Beyoncé's upcoming Renaissance album would feature a sample of Kelis' song, Energy. The problem was that Beyoncé hadn't asked for Kelis' blessing before sampling the song. Understandably, Kelis was furious. She responded to the announcement with a fiery message, expressing her disbelief at the disrespect and ignorance of all parties involved. She emphasized that it was not a collaboration but theft. From Banks accusing Beyoncé of stealing from other artists to Beyoncé allegedly trying to stifle other stars under her, Beyoncé's closet seems full of skeletons. While Katt has posed some daring questions, given his reputation for truth-telling, there's no doubt that he's onto something. Many in Beyoncé's orbit have lost their careers and songs, too many for it to be a coincidence. If we've learned anything from Katt, it's that there are no accidents in Hollywood. The question now is, will the Bayhive still support their favorite, or will we witness the Queen's empire crumble for the first time in years? No one knows for sure, but one thing is certain: Katt's outrageous claims have shaken the foundation of all that Beyoncé has built over the years. Given the recent drama, all eyes are on the horizon for the latest developments in the industry. So keep your popcorn at hand because we'll be here with all the updates. Until then, keep watching.